Welcome children. I am T. Ratnabharati, TGT Biological Science from AP Balayagi Gurukulam Nojviri. I am going to tell about subtopics in circulatory system. Those are different types of circulations, lymphatic system, blood pressure, coagulation of blood and evolution of transport system. Children, now recollect some points about transport system. What is transport system? How does this help to the organism? The system which transports the material that is needed to organism is called transport system or circulatory system. The transport system is responsible for the flow of blood, nutrients, oxygen and other gases and as well as hormones to and from cells. Children, what is the main circulatory organ in our body? Heart. It is the main circulatory organ in our body. What are the other parts in the circulatory system? Blood, blood vessels, lymphatic vessels. We know that blood flows in the blood vessels. To keep the blood moving, the heart pumps it continuously. The blood that is pumped by the heart reaches the body parts and comes back to the heart. This is generally done in all humans. It is differ in animals. Now let us know about different types of circulations. One is single circulation. Second one is double circulation. What is meant by single circulation? Single circulation has only one circuit. The heart has only one chamber and two pumps. The heart has pump blood through only one direction. This type of circulation is observed in fishes. This is single circulation. Here, deoxygenated blood passes through the heart. At gills, blood is purified. This oxygenated blood passes into all parts of the body. Deoxygenated blood collects from all body parts and pumped into the heart. Here, deoxygenated blood passes through heart only one time. So, this is single circulation. What is meant by double circulation? It has two different circuits, one for oxygenated blood and other for deoxygenated blood. This type of circulation is observed in human beings. In double circulation, two types of circulations are occurred. One is pulmonary circulation occurred in between heart and lungs. Systemic circulation occurred in between heart and tissue capillaries. What is meant by systematic circulation? It supplies oxygenated blood from left auricle to left ventricle, thereby pumped to various body parts. The deoxygenated blood is collected from the various body organs by the veins to pour into vena cava and finally into the right atrium. Right atrium transfers the blood into the right ventricle. This is the systematic circulation. What is meant by pulmonary circulation? The deoxygenated blood is pumped by the right ventricle into the lungs for oxygenation. The oxygenated blood is brought back to left atrium of the human heart. From left atrium, the oxygenated blood is pushed into the left ventricle. The left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood into aorta for systematic circulation. Children, observe this. In this, blood passes twice through the heart, once between heart and lungs, and second time from heart to body parts. Such circulation is called double circulation. It is observed in the frog and other animals. From the heart, oxygenated blood passes to all parts of the body. Deoxygenated blood collects from the body parts and sent to lungs. Blood is purified in the lungs. This purified oxygenated blood pumped into heart. From this oxygenated blood sent to all parts of the body. In this, blood is pumped to the heart 2 times. So, this is called double circulation. Children, observe the differences between single and double circulation. In single circulation, blood flows only once through the heart during one cycle of passes through the body. It occurs only in fishes. Only venous blood passes through the heart in single circulation. Less efficient as gill capillaries slow down the blood flow. Hence, the body receives the blood at a low pressure, which decreases the rate of oxygen supply to the cells. This is about the single circulation. What about double circulation? In this, blood flows twice through the heart during one cycle of passes through the body. This type of circulation occurs in all other vertebrates other than fishes. Mixed blood or oxygenated blood or venous blood passes through the heart. More efficient as blood flow at higher pressure, especially in birds and mammals. This increases the rate of supply of food and oxygen to the cell and also rapid removal of waste from them. This is about double circulation. Now, let us know about the lymphatic system. Lymphatic nodes, lymphatic vessels are observed in the lymphatic system. What is lymphatic system? To transport the tissue fluid into the main bloodstream, a separate system is present in our body. That system is called lymphatic system. In Latin, lymph means water. The lymphatic system is part of the immune system. It also maintains fluid balance and plays a role in absorbing fats and fat-soluble nutrients. Lymphatic system involves an extensive network of vessels that passes through almost all our tissues to allow for the movement of a fluid called lymph. Lymph circulates throughout the body in a similar way to blood. There are about 600 lymph nodes in the body. These nodes swell in response to infection due to a buildup of lymph fluid, bacteria or other organisms and immune system cells. Okay children. Now let us know about the evaluation of the transport system. When the unicellular organisms separated themselves from the sea with the formation of the limiting membrane, the problem of transportation arose. Nature has found the solution by creating a microscopic ocean which has its own currents. Let us observe in the unicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms like amoeba, the protoplasm shows Brownian movements, because of which the nutrients and oxygen are distributed throughout the protoplasm equally. Parazoans like sponges use seawater for transportation. Sponges create their own currents by beating of flagella that are present in their body. Next one is cnidarians. For example, hydra and jellyfish. Cnidarians which are better evolved than sponges. They have developed blind sac-like gastrovascular cavity which has taken up the functions of digestion and transportation of nutrients to each and every cell of the body. Next one is platyhelminthes. Example, Fasciola hepatica. The digestive system is highly branched and supplies digested food to all the cells directly. In these animals, the excretory system collects waste from each cell individually. In these organisms, most of the body is occupied by digestive and excretory systems. Next one is nemathelminthes. The pseudocoelom has taken up the function of collection and distribution of materials in this. Next one is annelids. Example, earthworms and nereis. Annelids are the first eucoelomate animals have developed a pulsatile vessel to move the fluid, and the transporting medium is blood. Arthropods. Arthropods have developed a pulsative organ, heart, to pump the blood. Here we observe the open type circulatory system. What is meant by open type circulatory system? Transport system that supplies nutrients to tissues directly. So that is open type circulatory system. For example, arthropods, mollusks and lower chordates. Another one is closed type circulatory system. Here blood flows in blood vessels and it supplies nutrients to the body. This is closed type circulatory system. This type of circulation is observed in cephalopods, mollusks and octopus. Children, what is meant by circulatory system? What are the closed type circulatory system you observed? Yes, in closed type circulatory system, blood flows through closed vessels. Blood flows at a very high velocity. In this, hemocoel is absent. Internal organs are not in direct contact with blood. Blood takes short time to complete the circuit. In this, supply and elimination of materials are very rapid. Exchange of materials between blood and tissues takes place through the capillaries. In this, blood flow can be regulated. Next one is open type circulatory system. Blood flows through open spaces called lacunae and sinuses. In this circulation, blood flows at a very slow velocity. Body cavity is filled with blood. In this system, internal organs are bathed by blood. Blood takes long time to complete their circulation. Supply and elimination of materials are very slow. Exchange of materials takes place between blood and sinuses. Last one is blood flow cannot be regulated. This is about the open type circulatory system. Now let us know about the blood pressure. What is meant by blood pressure? Blood pressure is the force exerted by the blood against the wall of the blood vessel. Blood pressure is always measured in the upper arm artery. Which instrument is used to measure the blood pressure? Sphygmomanometer. Blood flows in the blood vessels with a specific pressure is called blood pressure. This is the sphygmomanometer. Units of measuring blood pressure is millimeter of mercury. What is the normal blood pressure in human beings? 120 by 80 mm of Hg. Here 120 mm of Hg is systolic pressure and 80 mm of Hg is diastolic pressure. The pulse rate is 40 mm of Hg. What is meant by systolic pressure? Systolic pressure is force exerted by arterial walls during systole. It is the maximum pressure during ventricle contraction. Diastolic pressure is the force exerted by blood against arterial wall during diastole. It is the maximum pressure when the ventricles are relaxed. Now let us know about the coagulation of blood. Blood clotting means when a person suffers from injury or any cut, he bleeds. But the bleeding stops within few minutes depending on the size of wound. And the site appears brownish color due to the blood clot. It caused due to fibrinogen. The cause of blood clotting. Blood without fibrinogen, it is called as the serum. Let us know about blood clotting mechanism. When the blood flows out, the platelets release an enzyme called thrombokinase. Thrombokinase acts on another substance present in the blood called prothrombin. This prothrombin converting into thrombin. Thrombin acts on another substance called fibrinogen that is present in dissolved state, converting it into insoluble fibrin. Next, the blood cells entangle in the fibrin fibers, forming the clot. Next, the yellowish straw colored fluid portion after formation of the clot is called serum. This is blood clotting mechanism. Next one is hemophilia. What is hemophilia? Normally, the blood that oozes from a wound clots in 3 to 6 minutes. But in some people, due to vitamin K deficiency, it takes more time. Because of genetic disorder, the blood may not coagulate. This type of disorder is called hemophilia. Hemophilia is common disorder in the children who have born from marriages between very close relatives. Now let us know about the thalassemia. Thalassemia is an inherited blood disorder in which the body makes an abnormal form of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the protein molecule in red blood cells that carries oxygen. The disorder results in excessive destruction of red blood cells, which leads to anemia. Anemia is a condition in which your body does not have enough normal healthy red blood cells. Thalassemia is inherited, meaning that at least one of your parents must be a carrier of the disorder. It is caused by either a genetic mutation or a deletion of certain key gene fragments. This is about the thalassemia. Okay children, all of you take assessment questions. First one is, give the example for single circulatory system. Which instrument is used to measure the blood pressure? Third one is, what is open type circulation? All of you write the answers in your notebook. Okay, thank you children.